Hope sits alone after winning, feeling heavy truth that leading his country now rests on him. Hope looks down at closed files and knows the party is over because work starts now. Hope walks into the hall, nods at workers, then feels the job on heart grow heavier. Hope stands above the city, seeing cheers below and knowing duty truly starts only now here. Hope touches the first file and quietly accepts that every step in life has led here. Great crowds fill the streets, crying, singing, and dancing, like a long wait has finally ended. Young people celebrate where hope once spoke to tiny groups and dreamed of days like this. Common people celebrate hope because a heavy pain they carried for years suddenly feels lifted away. Hope enters headquarters to loud cheers, but helpers quickly guide him toward his first serious meetings. Hope leaves the cheering crowd and walks toward the room where the truth waits for him. Top officials start telling Hope about the money, the treasury, and the weak economy he inherits. Hope reads the first numbers and sees the treasury is much worse than people outside understand. Officials explain the nation is not just struggling, but standing dangerously near a money disaster now. Hope asks careful questions while officials show how selfish leaders slowly emptied the treasury for years. Hope sits alone after the meeting, taking in the huge crisis with nobody there to see. Hope stays at the desk for hours, moving from shock toward clear steps and possible answers. Hope tells his closest team the plain truth about the broken finances and the danger ahead. Ministers react with shock and worry when Hope refuses to hide the truth for comfort today. Hope starts drawing a true recovery plan instead of hiding behind sweet words from victory today. News channels move from happy election stories to the hard money crisis Hope now must face. Supporters keep celebrating, but slowly learn. Hope received a country hurt much more than they knew. Hope gets ready to speak honestly, choosing truth for the people instead of easy comfort now. Hope tells the country their win is real, but the road ahead will be very hard. People across Pakistan watch Hope speak and realize he's not giving them soft, pretty lies. After telling the truth, Hope goes back to the files and keeps planning through the crisis. Hope travels to a big world meeting as many countries begin watching him with real interest. On the plane, Hope studies his speech, preparing to share truth with the whole world soon. Hope reviews the speech with advisors, always pulling it back toward what he truly believes most. Hope arrives at the World Forum and feels real curiosity, instead of cold official politeness there. Hope waits behind the stage, hears the room grow quiet, and readies his own honest words. Hope walks to the world podium as leaders everywhere turn and focus their eyes on him. Hope starts by speaking of debt as daily pain felt by people in a struggling country. Hope calls out the unfair money system that helps corruption while blaming poor nations for weakness. Hope says rich nations and poor nations share one history, and their pain cannot be separated. Hope keeps speaking plainly, caring more about truth than about making powerful people feel comfortable today. Reporters hurry to send out Hope's words, shaping his image as a leader who means them. Hope moves through greetings while diplomats watch him with new care and worry in their eyes. Some foreign leaders offer polite words, but their careful tone shows Hope's bold stand was noticed. Hope studies the reactions and sees he gained respect, but also woke dangerous enemies against him. Hope comes home from the world stage and returns straight to a treasury crisis still waiting. During the drive from the airport, Hope reads crisis notes instead of enjoying his new fame. Hope stands at the microphone, calm and strong, speaking about crushing debt as diplomats look up. Hope speaks to the whole hall about money leaving poor lands, and listeners grow more careful. Hope lowers his chin and speaks about debts made by leaders who never answered to people. Hope speaks about hidden money and secret accounts, and some delegates trade nervous looks in silence. Hope calmly says his country will sacrifice no more, and the whole room seems to pause. Hope stands still after speaking, while diplomats hide fear, respect, anger, and worry behind calm faces. Hope leaves the black car and heads to work, carrying world attention behind him like dust. Hope takes off his coat, sits fast, and begins reading serious files while helpers wait nearby. Hope tells his senior team that soft lies will not save them from the Treasury disaster. Hope points at budget numbers and says the country cannot heal by pretending everything is fine. Hope walks with aides and quietly gives next steps, refusing to change truth for pretty optics. Hope reviews anti-corruption papers, while a top official politely explains why real action will take time. Hope hears another reform delay, stays calm, and asks what can move forward right away. Now. A news show turns Hope's world speech into a story about danger, delay, and trouble today. Hope watches the news without sound, turns it off, and goes back to the files again. Hope sits at dinner with powerful people who hide pressure inside calm words about stability tonight. One man says some corruption cases should slow down, but Hope refuses managed disappointment for people. Hope leaves the dinner as an aide worries, but says some bridges were never truly free. An ally asks for compromise, but Hope says peace bought by surrender is only slower failure. Hope crosses the yard while reporters shout about division, and he keeps walking without replying back. A senior ally says power needs old rules, but Hope says he will not serve disease. Hope walks alone after the meeting, knowing support is thinning where voices once sounded strongest there. After midnight, Hope reads notes from doubtful friends, then returns to work after one tired breath. Hope meets people from forgotten places, listening closely and standing level with them, not above them. A teacher gives Hope a report, and he answers with real questions instead of sweet promises. Hidden senior figures meet in secret, speaking with half sentences, cold looks, and quiet decisions tonight. One figure touches Hope's file and nods once, showing a silent decision has already begun there. Hope reads reports from poor districts, treating every page like real human proof needing action now. Hope reaches for a file, then stops when the private phone quietly pulls his attention away. Hope listens first, and his face changes just enough to show he knows this kind voice. Hope sits alone, tired and bent forward, reading heavy state papers while the building sleeps around. Hope turns a page of dark numbers, reading slowly as the crisis grows heavier inside him. Hope looks back down, and the quiet private phone rests beside the papers like a secret. The private phone starts ringing, and Hope stops breathing for a moment while staring at it. Hope answers the call and says nothing, becoming completely still as he listens with full attention. Hope keeps listening, and his grip tightens as the true meaning of the words reaches him. Hope sits frozen while the room feels far away as the call changes everything around him. Hope stays seated in silence, staring at the desk and feeling the room change forever there. In silence, Hope remembers the people, the promises, and the pain that brought him here today. Hope lifts his head and straightens, still carrying the weight, but no longer letting it rule. Hope stands at the window, breathing slowly, turning shock into calm strength for the battle ahead. Hope turns from the window back to the desk, choosing to keep fighting on his terms,